So, Markus Mcclarty, VK Jehanum, and Michael Hyson have made a few response videos, making comments, pumping each other up, but really haven't been paying attention.
You really have to watch that phrasing of yours. This is why no one pays attention to all the stupid shit you all pull out. If you're going to, additionally, you claimed I was a mod of Balge. I just had a profile on Balge.
No, I didn't. You fucked up my quote. You got it backwards. I said you were not a moderator for Become a Living God.
Russell, let's start with the post you made on Balge that you keep trying to get idiots to rally behind when it's you agreeing with yourself from several profiles with the same fucking IP address. I'm gonna flash your comment on the screen as well real quick that you keep posting on the fucking Balge's forum.
Russell made a post on the Become a Living God forum. You say he made multiple accounts on that forum to agree with himself, using the same IP address. The only way you would know that is if you yourself were a moderator there, which you are not, meaning you are lying about Russell making multiple accounts. Notice the big bold letters. You got my quote backwards.
You really have to watch that phrasing of yours.
Maybe it's your reading comprehension. Maybe you're brain damaged from all the strokes you had. Or maybe you're just raggedy-splaining your fuck up to me. Whatever the case, this is common. You continually misquote me, shoving words in my mouth and saying I'm lying about things I never said. Pay attention!
The Spider Queen, whom Sladen has seen fit to claim does not exist.
You're not paying attention either. Let's review. As discussed with Peter, Somnus has a few real currents that he is working with that are hidden behind masks that he created, or borrowed from fiction. You can tap into the original currents and use them, but if you go through Somnus's masks, it's going to be a dirty connection. And in many cases, when working with the patrons, you end up with an egregore. But not always. Take Ilivrin, perfect example. Blighted Lord of the Tower of Crescent. The mask that Somnus has for this spider goddess is a carbon copy of Lolth from Dungeons & Dragons. However, there are a number of real spider goddesses that have existed in many cultures around the world. Arachne is the one who animates the Ilivrin mask, but any of these deities can fill those shoes. You see, all the main blighted lords of the Magdron Cabal are just taken from other systems and renamed. So you may be able to tap into some power using Somnus' system, but you're far better off sidestepping him and going to the original source. It's all about control. If Eric is your sole source of spiritual knowledge because he's renaming everything and you don't know any better, he becomes your dark messiah. He loves the attention and telling everybody what to do. Pay attention!
You sent me some more videos, a couple more videos that you did. Now, the last one that you sent on that list, I actually took a few minutes and watched. Now, personally, I didn't get very far into it because I found your argument to be nothing more than fallacy.
So, you didn't watch the whole thing, but you're making a response video on it. Well, at least you're honest about not paying attention. What's the worst that could happen?
So as I was watching this video and listening to you speak about them literally shunning or shying away from Voodoo and getting away from all this other area stuff, you basically put your own foot in your own mouth. You created a sense of duality and hypocritical disbelief within your own statements. Everything you were pointing out in that video that I watched so far literally contradicts everything that they've already spoken on and cleared up.
Yes, it contradicts. 100%. Do you even know what a mandate is? Mandates cannot be thrown out. All mandates are supposedly channeled from the Blighted Lords themselves. They are not directives of the Grand Master or whatever Markus is trying to spin it as now. You can't just throw it out. Disobeying a mandate is grounds for apostasy, which means you are damned to go to hell. It also means you cannot perform any magic from any other system because your soul has been torn from your body. To a rational mind, this does not make sense. It's just a repackaged form of Catholicism turned up to 11. Which is what the point of these videos are. You, Michael Hyson, are redefining the rules of the Cabal through the rational part of your brain rather than looking at the rules as presented. Stop doing that. The Cabal does not make sense. Teachers do not do this. Cult leaders do. My foot is not in my mouth. Your foot is in your mouth. Okay. Mandates are enforced with the power to damn someone to hell. So if you change a mandate, then that means either Somnus is wrong or the Blighted Lords are wrong. Now, you're not going to say that the Blighted Lords were wrong because that's going nuclear. But if Somnus was wrong and he was just making up mandates of the Blighted, then what else was he making up? Everything he has ever said gets called into question. That is what I'm driving at.
You stated that he shunned voodoo, okay, and any practice that deals with this. This includes going after the devil's Quran, okay?
No. He was establishing the supremacy of the Devil's Quran as an ultimate authority on equal footing with the Black Scriptures and the rest of Somnus's books. Somnus was using his authority to ramrod this book down everyone's throats. You weren't around back then. You don't know how draconian Somnus was in how he handled things. When Peter challenged the authenticity of that book, Somnus took it as a personal attack and a challenge to his authority. So he channeled information from Shaitan and Chernobog, establishing the supremacy of that book, and banned numerous pantheons, including voodoo, to antagonize Peter. Does that make sense? No, it doesn't. But that's what Eric did. And a bunch of people chose to leave. Even if you cut Peter and everyone else out of the equation, the ban on voodoo, the Norse pantheon, the vaguely defined Asian deities, the Celtic deities, and African tribal spirits, the Eshu, looks pretty fucked up. Almost like a fundamentalist religion.
You've done it to death that nobody really is paying attention to you. No one really gives two shits about it. Okay?
Really? Then why does the view count on my videos keep climbing? In fact, my videos get a higher view count on average in less than a month than your videos get in over a year.
All you got is a bunch of individuals who have been excommunicated.
I just wanted to also make a note that we were not kicked out, but I also want to make it very clear we were not breaking our pacts with the Blighted. We were not breaking those pacts. And in fact, in our resignation letters, all three of us made it very clear that we were continuing to work with the Blighted Lords. We were just leaving Somnus.
Pay attention! This is not my full response to each of your videos, as this is more of a sneak peek, but it shows a common theme.
What country you from? What ain't no country I ever heard of? They speak English and what? What? English, motherfucker! Do you speak it? Yes!
Great raggediness I sense in you. I say one thing, you hear something else. You might want to do something about those bias filters. Slap like if you agree. OMG.